Hello, hello. I'm not going to be on here long. It was on my heart that I needed to talk about something I have not talked about yet, and that's forgiveness. When I first got out of my abusive situation, I had to forgive my abuser. Not for him, but for me. It was very important that I do that. It wasn't easy, but I had to do it. I'd already wasted too much of my time, given him too much of my life to still hold on to that. I had to move forward. Forgiveness is important because if you don't forgive, it's going to have you in bondage. If you're running a race, you're running forward. If you keep looking back, it's going to slow you down. I was the mother of his two children, and you're supposed to respect your elders. And I never wanted to be bitter and bring that into their lives. What they had already witnessed, they were little children, like, 2, 3-year-olds. So I know they lived through what they got from me, my feelings, my thoughts, until they were old enough to understand themselves. So I didn't want to bring that into their lives. I wanted them to grow up like normal children. So he was always able to call, contact them, within reason as they were growing up, So as they grew older, some of the things that they had to know about, because we had to do things like meet at the police department for visitation and stuff, but he had the opportunity to be in their lives. And it was never due to any restriction from me, for no reason dealing with our past why he couldn't be in their lives. I struggled a lot, because we did argue a lot, not because I was bitter, but because he didn't really never have stability. He was still struggling because he would never get help for himself. He was in and out of relationships a lot. Like I said, there was a time when right after we broke up, he stabbed another young lady and had to go to jail, did some time, and so it didn't end with me, like I said. And it wasn't until after he abused the other young lady that people realized what I was saying the whole time was true, which I didn't care about that. I'd way past proving myself to anybody. But moving forward, you have to learn to forgive. I had forgiven him long before that because he could call my house and talk to his girls if he needed me to know something from me, a size of a shoe or whatever, talking about school, or whether he came through with it or not, I would be able to answer his questions. He even went to jail one time and called me from the detention center. And I actually took the call. Long story. I was single, then. That was their dad. Those are the stories you never hear about. A matter of fact, when I wrote a book back in 2021, I think it was like 2021, my daughter proofread my book for me. And I remember she and my oldest daughter and I had a deep conversation. She was like, Mom, why did you not tell us some of the things, that she read about? And I told her, I didn't want to tell you guys some of that stuff because I didn't want to, take away the opportunity that he might have had to be the dad to you guys that I wanted him so badly to be, and I felt like if I had told you guys all of those things, it would have ruined his chances. So at my book signing, she was actually in tears, hearing me read certain parts of the book. And I felt so bad because they actually had to hear those things. But that was my truth. Anyway, I did not tell them everything I could have told them because it wasn't something I wanted to do. I didn't want that to be a part of my life. It just was. Going forward, try to forgive your abuser. Try to let that part of your life go because it's not doing anything except holding you back. My kids made it through. They're normal children. I promise you, they live normal lives. Some of them have been homeowners. Some of them have been married. Some of them have been parents. But they are perfectly normal people living normal lives. And like I said, I am married with a wonderful husband, wonderful family. You can survive and do the same. Don't give up on your future. Don't hold on to the anger. Don't hold on to bitterness, because you deserve better. Show them that they have not broken you and you can do without it. Trust me. Okay?